Welcome to the Dark Records channel where we talk about everything dark and spooky. Today we are going to talk about the Kototubi Yukai. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this content with your family and friends. Without further wait, let's get into it. The Kototubi is a mythical creature from Japanese folklore known as the Kototubi Yukai. This entity is an amalgamation of various animals, which gives it a highly unique and somewhat grotesque appearance. It's often depicted with the features of a crane, tortoise, and deer, symbolizing longevity, good fortune, and health. The creature often has the head and wings of a crane, symbolizing peace and long life in Japanese culture. The body of the Kototubi Yukai is typically that of a tortoise, another symbol of longevity and endurance. Some depictions also include antlers like those of a deer, a creature associated with spiritual protection and good fortune. In addition to these animals, the Kototubi may have additional parts like the scales of a fish or the legs of a tiger. The overall appearance is a composite of various animals known for their positive attributes in Japanese culture. The Kototubi Yukai is primarily seen as a symbol of longevity, prosperity, and health. It doesn't have typical supernatural abilities like other yokai, but it is believed to bring blessings to those who encounter or honor it. Some stories suggest that simply seeing a Kototubi is a sign of impending good fortune, especially in terms of long life and good health. In Japanese culture, these symbols often appear in art, particularly in traditional paintings and carvings, serving as talismans or good luck charms. The Kototubi Yukai has its roots in the amalgamation of various symbolic animals revered in Japanese folklore. Its name, Kototubi, literally means long life or congratulations, further emphasizing its role as a bearer of good fortune. This creature is not as commonly known as other yokai or mythical creatures but has been a part of Japanese art and symbolism for centuries. It is often depicted in traditional New Year's art, where it is believed to bring a prosperous and healthy year ahead. The Kototubi has also been featured in certain Buddhist texts and teachings, where its composite nature is used to illustrate the interconnectedness of all living things and In the story of the Kototubi guardian, in ancient Japan, there was a small village nestled in the mountains, where a modest but revered temple stood. The temple was dedicated to various deities, particularly those associated with health, longevity, and prosperity. The villagers often visited this temple, praying for long life, good health, and the well-being of their families. The temple was famous for a peculiar and majestic statue that stood at its heart, a statue of the Kototubi. The statue was an intricate depiction of the creature, showing it with the head of a crane, the body of a tortoise, and the antlers of a deer. The villagers believed that the spirit of the Kototubi resided within this statue, and it was said to protect the temple and the village from misfortune. One year, a terrible drought struck the region, threatening the crops and the very survival of the villagers. Despite their prayers and offerings, the situation grew dire, and the villagers began to lose hope. The village elder, remembering the old tales about the Kototubi, suggested that they hold a special ceremony in its honor, seeking its divine intervention. During the ceremony, as the villagers gathered around the statue, something miraculous happened. The statue began to glow softly, and a gentle breeze swept through the temple, despite the stagnant air outside. The elder interpreted this as a sign that the Kototubi had heard their pleas. The villagers continued their prayers with renewed fervor. The very next day, dark clouds began to gather over the village, and rain poured down, reviving the parched fields and saving the crops. The villagers were overjoyed and attributed the sudden change in fortune to the Kototubi's blessing. From that day forward, the temple and its Kototubi statue became even more revered, with villagers from neighboring regions coming to pray for its blessings.